Here's
We're
the
gonna be
thing.
fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. In that. No.
That's going to be a soundbite.
First of all, I think you're a little retarded. Yes,
I might be.
Throw that out there. Yeah, I believe you are, man.
No, I really might be. I think so too.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you are, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't help it.
It's interesting that I'm retarded and you listen and call my show every day.
Yeah, because Jesse, you need to be called out.
I received word on my way in that many of the journalists were confused as to why I was invited, and none of them knew that I myself was the victim of a hate crime when I was in high school. That's something that very few people know about me because the media and the journalists and the left are not interested in telling the truth about me because I don't fit the stereotype of what they like to see in black people. I'm a Democrat. I support the President of the United States, and I advocate for things that are actually affecting the black community. The person sitting behind me is my 75-year-old grandfather. My grandfather grew up on a sharecropping farm in the segregated South. He grew up in an America where words like racism and white nationalism held real meaning under the Democrat Party's Jim Crow laws. Grandfather's first job was given to him at the age of 5 years old, and his job was to lay tobacco out to dry. My grandfather has picked cotton, and he has also had experiences with the Democrat terrorist organization of that time, the Ku Klux Klan. During my formative years, I had the privilege of growing up in my grandfather's home. It's going to shock the committee, but not once, not in a single breath of a conversation did my grandfather tell me that I could not do something because of my skin color. Not once did my grandfather hold a gripe against the white man. I was simply never taught to view myself as a victim because of my heritage. I learned about faith in God, family, and hard work. Those were the only lessons of my childhood. There isn't a single adult today that in good conscience would make the argument that America is a more racist or a more white nationalist society than it was when my grandfather was growing up. And yet we're hearing these terms sent around today because what they want to say is that brown people need to be scared, which seems to be the narrative that we hear every 4 years right ahead of a presidential election. Here are some things we never hear. 75% of the black boys in California don't meet state reading standards. In inner cities like Baltimore, within 5 high schools and 1 middle school, not a single student was found to be proficient in math or reading in 2016. The single motherhood rate in the black community, which was at 23% in the 1960s when my grandfather was coming up, is at a staggering 74% today. I am guessing there will be no committee hearings about that. There are more black babies aborted than born alive in cities like New York, and you have Democrat Governor Andrew Cuomo lighting up buildings to celebrate late-term abortions. They blame Facebook, they blame Google, they blame Twitter. Really, they blame the birth of social media, which has disrupted their monopoly on minds. They called this hearing because they believe that if it wasn't for social media, voices like mine would never exist. That my movement Blexit, which is inspiring black Americans to leave the Democrat Party, would have never come about. And they certainly believe that Donald Trump would not be in office today. Looking on the next thing to focus on now that the Russian collusion hoax has fallen apart. The goal here is to scare blacks, Hispanics, gays, and Muslims into helping them censor dissenting opinions, ultimately into helping them regain control of our country's narrative, which they feel that they lost. They feel that President Donald Trump should not have beat Hillary. Bottom line is that white supremacy, racism, white nationalism, words that once held real meaning, have now become nothing more than election strategies. Every 4 years, the black community is offered handouts and fear. Handouts and fear. Reparations and white nationalism. This is the Democrat preview. But I believe the legacy and the ancestry of black Americans is being insulted every single day. I will not pretend to be a victim in this country, and I know that that makes many people on the left uncomfortable. I want to talk about real issues in black America. I want to talk about real issues in this country and real concerns. The biggest scandal, this is my last sentence, in American politics is that Democrats have been conning minorities into belief that we are perpetual victims, all but ensuring our failure. Racial division and class warfare are central to the Democrat Party platform. They need blacks to hate whites, the rich to hate the poor, and soon enough it'll be the tall hating the short.
Candace Owens. Oh my God. That was kind of hot. She did an amazing job. She was at this hate speech hearing, and she gave some stories about what she went through. I chopped up this video a little bit. If you want to go see the full video, I'll put the link down in the description. But she was talking about a lot of things that I talk about. You know, like, for example, the abortion thing. I don't know how people can celebrate abortion. I mean, they were literally celebrating in New York that Mayor Cuomo or whatever late term abortion. It's the craziest thing to me, but this is the times that we're in. These people on that side are nutty. And she did a good job. I mean, she spoke about too. One of the things I spoke about recently was that there was one year in New York where there was more black babies aborted than born. That is so crazy to me. That's an insane thing. You know, it's kind of controversial. People don't want to talk about that, but it's kind of important. One of the things that I've mentioned here too on YouTube before, it's so surprising to me. People of color can raise their kids and be like, you're inferior, you're weak, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's basically what some of these parents are telling them. They're telling them that you can't become anything because there's the white guy and he's better than you and you can't. It is so surprising to me, the things that parents instill into their children, especially parents of color. It's really weak, if you ask me. And it just keeps going on, and it's an endless cycle. She talked about her grandfather that was there, and he went through all those times of slavery and all the different jobs that he's had. Talked about the KKK and that they were part of the Democratic Party. All that stuff that nobody ever wants you talking about. And, you know, I love Trump. I voted for Trump. I'll be definitely voting for him again. Most people, like I've said here plenty of times, they love a lie. They want to be lied to. They want to put the same presidents in there that are not going to do anything for them. They're just going to give promises and not actually do it. Trump, to me, he's like the first president actually doing things, and these people hate it. They hate it. They don't. You know, Trump's building the wall's going up. They hate it. They loathe him. You know, and they also psych people of color, Hispanic, black, or whatever kind of mix. Everybody's mixed now. They psych these people. Oh yeah, vote for us. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna carry. Oh, we're gonna give you free stuff. Yeah, who ain't gonna like some free stuff? I don't know, man. I mean, what else is there for me to say after watching this Candace Owens thing? The other thing that was interesting too, which she mentioned, how they spoke about social media, and that it gave people like her a voice. Social media is amazing. Trust me, these old school people, you see all these old people up there with their faces slouching. I mean, look at Bernie Sanders. I mean, he wasn't in this, but Bernie Sanders' face looks so disgusting. It's like his face is kind of melting. He's so miserable, and he wants to bring socialism for this country. You look at some of these people's faces, it's just misery. And Democrats are freaking out. The people running, it could be because they're losing control of the black and colored and brown and Spanish, Latino, or whatever. It's so crazy that even immigrants, they like Trump. I've seen people that are immigrants that actually like Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's become so crazy now that the Democratic Party is a party of just death and destruction. I made a video like that. So many people got offended. Death and destruction. They support late-term abortion. They don't want any walls. They want to remove the walls. And it's the craziest, dumbest thing to me for people that say that we shouldn't have any kind of wall. You know, it's one of the most dumbest things. And I realize that we have other immigration issues where people's visas expire. You know, but to suggest that like we shouldn't have a wall, it's just the dumbest thing ever. There's people here that believe that we should take everybody from all over the world. How does that work out? Like, if you think about like resources and like the people already here in our country, homeless, struggling, dying, you mean to tell me that there shouldn't be any kind of immigration process and people should just come in? Everybody? How does that work out? You know? And those same people that are coming here, whatever, they want to change the rules and laws and everything for what? To change this country to your country? To be a piece of crap? There's a reason why the whole entire world is coming over here. But I like Candace Owens, man. She's pretty dope. She seems to be speaking on real issues. And, you know, I don't know, man. Thumbs up. Awesome job. And I love seeing people of color, like, involved in like the whole Trump thing and everything like that. You'd be surprised how many supporters they have, and it's become so crazy because when you go out and you wear a hat or you express your support, I've never seen so many people lose their minds as much as when you express support for Trump. Like they attack you, they scream at you, they curse you out, they call you all kinds of things. You can't even go out to eat. These people are animals. So seriously, so stay on the side of death and abortion. They're celebrating that. Stay on the side of no more jobs. Stay on the side of people that believe this country is crap. You know what I'm saying? Why are you here if the country is so bad? If this country is garbage and you hate it, why the hell are you here? Because there's plenty of people that would come here, love it, and appreciate it. You know? I don't know. Candace Owens. That was amazing. Amazing! Lesbians! Lesbians! Have a good night, man. Peace! By the way, I just gotta say, I love it when people tell you can't do something and you do it. I love it. They thought Trump couldn't win. He did it. I love it. You know when people get on YouTube, oh, you can't do that. You can't do this. Bitch, I did it. I love it when those weak, low, feeble-minded people that are in misery and they want to tell you what you can and cannot do. Things are changing. The Democrat Party, man, people that vote for Democrats, let me tell you, most people that are voting for Democrats are probably like criminals and lowlives, people that have no morals and standards. If there were somehow some sort of way of statistics to find out on which side, who voted for who, I can probably tell you that more idiots, criminals, losers, retards probably voted for Hillary than they voted for Trump. Seriously. Because these people that are committing crimes, criminal, the people that support late-term abortion, they're not conservative, they're liberal. They don't care. They have no compass, no moral compass. They don't give a damn. Everything and anything goes. No compass, man. So I have to be pretty sure that the people that are on the Democrat side, not all of them, but most of them are probably you're more likely to find uneducated, dumb people, criminals, probably pedos, all kinds of stuff on that liberal side because they're into that liberalism. I don't know. Yeah. Good night, man. Peace.
I see potential subscribers.
Subscribe for more. This is the mother info war.